Hello everybody, and welcome to Discovering in Color. This is a channel that's designed to show you just how easy it is to have fun in the outdoors. And today we're going to talk about trail quilts and trail blankets. All right, so the first thing we're going to talk about are trail quilts. What you see here on both sides of me are the quilts and the blankets that I use when I go outdoors. All right, so first we're going to start with the quilts because these are the best ones. Okay, so these are both down quilts, and they're both made by Kammock. And the first one, the green one here, this is the Kammock Firebelly 45. Excuse me, this is the Kammock Bobcat 45-degree quilt. And it is a true quilt. It does not have a any kind of a zipper or anything. All it has are just drawstrings and snaps. And the reason for that is that the zippers and all the other stuff, just extra weight that you have to carry along. And when you wear a sleeping bag, or when you're inside of a sleeping bag, everything that's underneath of you is compressed, and insulation works by creating dead air space, which traps heat. And if you compress that down, then it holds no heat. So the theory here is that you just put this over the top of you, and below you, you have a very good mattress, insulation, that type of thing, which does retain the heat, that doesn't compress very easily, and you should stay warm. So this one here, this 45-degree Bobcat quilt that I took right here, it's made by Kammock, and it is actually a true 45-degree quilt. I'm a cold sleeper, and I normally take 5 to 10 degrees off of any kind of a sleeping bag or quilt that I use. Or I've used this one here on the Appalachian Trail, and I've used this one on the Ozark Highlands Trail, and I must admit it was true down to 45 degrees. I know that, definitely 45, because it got down to 40 degrees that night, and I did get a little bit chilly. So this is our Bobcat quilt, and I've actually shown this in some of my videos here. Made by Kammock, it's on sale right now. They may or may not have any left in stock. The next quilt here, this one here, is not by Kammock too. It's the Kammock Firebelly. It's a 30-degree quilt. This one here is also a very nice quilt. It's heavier than the 45, and like I said, I've taken this down relatively chilly too, and it's done a really good job of keeping me warm. I've got a couple of photos in here from the Kammock website, so these aren't mine, these are from Kammock themselves. Help them with their advertising a little bit, make you want to go out and buy it. But these are pretty nice. They are all warm. They are hydrophobic down, both this Firebelly and this Bobcat right here. And I have also tested those in high moisture environments, and the surface may get wet, but the down inside does a very good job of keeping that moisture out of it, keeping the loft, and keeping you warm. So once again, this is the Kammock Firebelly, very warm and recommended. Okay, next over here, these are some blankets that I use when I go camping. The first one I'm going to talk about here, this is a Chill Gorilla Down, and it's kind of a hybrid here. It is a blanket, it is a sleeping bag, and it can also be used as a quilt. How do they make that happen? Well, what they've done here is, first off, they've added drawstrings on the bottom so that you can cinch it up and make a foot box out of it. It also has a zipper, okay? And with the zipper, you can turn this kind of into a sleeping bag type deal. Let me pull this out here, pull the foot back out here. But this zipper goes down the entire length of this quilt blanket here, and you can open it all the way up. And now you have both sides here. You have a blanket, you have a quilt you can turn it into, and you can also make it a makeshift sleeping bag because it also has the zipper in it. So pretty versatile, very nice. Chill Gorilla claims that this goes down to 30 degrees. However, I will tell you, this one falls into my category of about minus 10 degrees on it. I've taken it down to about 40 and been kind of chilled, so I don't really think this is going to go down to 30 degrees. It does have down inside. The down is not hydrophobic, so if you're in a very high moisture area, this is not the bag that you want to have with you. But other than that, not a bad little product to have. Pretty light. Got some of the statistics in the comments if you want to know a little bit about it. But this is the Chill Gorilla Down Blanket Sleeping Bag and Quilt. These next two right here, these are kind of unique when it comes to blankets. These are definitely not quilts. These are true blankets. They're both made by the same manufacturer, which is Rakin, which I got it off of a Kickstarter campaign. Here's the unique thing about them. This one here is not very big. It's relatively small footprint. However, the thing that's magic about this is that this little zipper right here, when you open it, it reveals a USB connection. This can be hooked up to an external battery, and it actually powers this, and it's a heated blanket. What I like about this one here, it's very small, and what I would normally do is I take this and I stuff it inside of the sleeping bag I'm going to spend the night in, and I turn it on, and then guess what? You turn it on 10 or 15 minutes before you get into it, and then when you go to get in your sleeping bag, it's toasty warm. So it's nothing like on a really cold night, hopping in a cold bag, that's no fun. But when you put this in there, you're getting into a hot bag. And if you work it just right, you can leave it in the bag on top of you to help warm you up when you get in there. And then when you get too hot, it's got a little button here, got a couple different settings, and you can just turn it off and pull it out, put it on top of you, put it over your feet on the bottom. Has a lot of good qualities to it. It can be wrapped around you at night if you buy the campfire, keep you a little bit warm. But got a lot of good uses for it. But remember, it's kind of small. So for an adult who wants to use it to keep warm, it's kind of small. Then we've got its cousin over here, or I should say its sister or brother over here. This one here is exactly the same as this one here. It's just a lot larger, okay? And this can actually cover your body. You can do the same thing with it. You can take it and you can, it's got the USB connector right here, okay? And all you got to do is take it. You actually pull the connector off the other one here, but it plugs into this, plugs into a USB port. It's got the power button right here. You turn it on, it'll keep you warm. It's a down blanket. Both of these are water resistant, which is very nice to have. You can actually take it out in a light rain shower and keep it over you, and it'll help keep you dry and it'll keep you warm. But good down on the inside of this. So even if you run out of power, it still has a lot of insulation to it. It's got a couple of strings on here so that you can actually take it and tie it around to yourself, and got a lot of little attachments on it. But the Radiance powered, USB powered blanket for heat, nice addition to the set. And then I'm going to show you one more here, which is a blanket. Okay, this is the Kammock Mountain Blanket right here. It's not made of down, it's a synthetic material. It's got a smooth nylon outside here, and it's got a little kind of shearling type inside here to keep you warm. This is a pretty amazing little blanket right here. I use it in the house, I use it for camping. It's too heavy to take backpacking, and you can see it's very bulky and it will not pack down very well, so I wouldn't take this backpacking. But for car camping or base camping, this is the thing to have right here. One of the things I like about it is it has a way to turn this into what we call poncho mode. And I'm going to edit it out and I'm going to put this on. Ta-da! It just became a poncho. So you can put it on, you can put snaps around here, and this thing for sitting around someplace outside is great. I've used it here, either sitting down by the fireplace or sitting out in the back porch. This is a pretty versatile. This Kammock Mountain Blanket is pretty good. Now this feature right here is something new. You may have a version that doesn't have a poncho mode, and the new Firebellies and Bobcats also have this poncho mode. These do not right here. So with that, that's it. Discovered in Color. This is my collection of blankets and quilts. I hope you got a lot out of it. And I want to tell you, hey, go ahead and hit that little subscribe button that's down there in the corner. Trying to get to 1,000 subscribers. Really appreciate it. Tell your friends, tell your neighbors, tell the people you don't like. But Discovering in Color, the Gadget Man here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of my 6 of my wonderful little gadgets here, blankets. And I'll see you in the next video. Take care. Bye.